The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And every day at this time, OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. What did the loans lock at yesterday? 30-year conforming, 6.616. Jumbo, 6.623. FHA, 6.525. USDA, 6.584. And the best loan on the market, that would be the VA loan, 30 years down yesterday to 6.267. If you remember, about a week ago, we were looking at close to 7% interest rates until we started all this banking problems. And I told you they're going to keep on going down. And if the Federal Reserve has their eyes opened, we might find that, they're not going to do it. They should be holding up next week and not increase the discount rate, but they don't want anybody to think there's a problem in the banking sector. So they'll probably increase anyway. 10-year Treasury is now down 26 basis points on the interest rate of the yield at 3.408. It was almost 4 last. It was actually a little bit over 4 last week. So that's a huge drop. Mortgage-backed securities are up 73 basis points. That means the bond is up almost 0.75% on the bond itself, which means interest rates are down there as well. And the question that you may be asking yourself, and if you're not, you should be, why? Why is all this happening? Well, it's all got a combination to do with the banks, and the Federal Reserve is not patient. They're going to continue on their mission, even though we've told you that they're overdoing it. But we did get the Producer Price Index inflation data today. Today's data was for February. Report showed that overall producer inflation increased by 0.1%, which was much cooler than the 0.3% expected. Additionally, January was revised lower by 0.4, from 0.7 to 0.3. This caused the year-over-year reading to decline from a downwardly revised 5.7 to 4.6. Core rate, which strips out food and energy because no one needs either of those, flat and much lower than the 0.4% up expected. Year-over-year core inflation declined from 5.4% to 4.4. Pushing producer prices down was lower food and energy costs. Services fell for the second month in a row, which has been sticky. That one hasn't been moving much. This could definitely lead to lower consumer costs if they pass along the savings. They will not. Producers keep those savings for a little while until they're forced to pass them along. That's called capitalism. Make some money when you can. Retail sales were down 0.4% in February versus the expected 0.3%. Take out autos, they're down 0.1%, which is interesting because experts were looking for used car sales to push up inflation. Why? 3 years ago, people were out buying cars, or actually they were out leasing cars, and those cars are getting turned back in right now. But apparently, with the higher interest rates, there's not as much demand for those. So that's a big issue right there. We're watching that one for you. And I think tomorrow we're going to get, I think it came out earlier today, but I don't have all the numbers, I don't think. The Cass Freight Index, that's one of the real big leading indicators that we watch all the time because it tells us the cost of shipping goods from one place to another. So I think we'll have that number for you tomorrow. That's the Mortgage Minute brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990.